Neil Degrasse Tyson was prepared to give a speech. So he's standing there with a young man backstage who's about to introduce him. And he looks at the young man and he notices the tie that the young man is wearing. And he says, "What is that tie you're wearing?" The young man looks down at it and says, "Well, it's a Harvard tie, sir." And he said, "Well, why are you wearing that tie?" He said, "Well, because I'm about to go to Harvard." And when the young man steps to the podium to introduce the astrophysicist to the crowd, Degrasse Tyson steps to the podium, and in front of the crowd, he turns to the young man and he says, "Why are you wearing that tie?" And the young man answers the same way. He says, "Because I'm about to go to Harvard." Degrasse Tyson said, "You're not wearing that tie because you're going to Harvard. You're wearing that tie because you want other people to know that you go to Harvard." See, with tie, you hope people look at you a little bit different. You hope they treat you a little bit different. Who knows, maybe some favors will open up. He said, "Give me that tie." And the young man takes off his tie and he hands it to him. And Degrasse Tyson holds that tie in front of him. And he says, "I'm going to hold this tie. Now you go out there and you do something. You make an impact in this world. You go out there and you change the world. You radically shift something up. You go out there and do something. And when you do, call me and I'll give you your tie back." He said, "Where you go to school is irrelevant. It's what you do with your life. That's what's more important. Dude, don't worry about the ties that you have or ties that you don't have. The tie is not what's going to take you there, and the absence of the tie is not what's going to hold you down. You don't need a tie to be impactful. You don't need a tie to be noticed as important. You don't even need to be noticed. It's not about that. It's what do you do? What do you contribute into this world? And yes, little old you have a tremendous impact. You have gifts and talents that people need. And too often what you're doing is you're sitting there waiting for the tie. Or you're saying, "I'll never get the tie, so I can't have a voice in this world." You don't need a tie to be important. You don't need a tie to make an impact. It ain't about the school that you went to or didn't go to. It ain't about the company that you work for or you don't work for. It ain't about the title that you hold either. There are people, dude, and you'll know this, there are people who have a tie that don't need to have a tie on. And there are people who don't have a tie who should be wearing a tie. That person's you. But why wait for someone to put a tie around your neck? Why wait for someone to notice you? "Oh, I see you as this." No, you see yourself as it now. Go out there and do something important. Go out there and do something impactful. And I get the fact, man, that it may look far off. The things that you really want to do, you think, "Well, I got to get the tie to be able to get this. I got to get some sort of loan. I got to have somebody notice me. I got to have this, and this." No. Just take action. Just do now. There are things that I want to do in my life that I can't get to right now. But now is my platform. Now is your platform. And so what you do is you work within the area that you have right now. And you do. See, think about the things, dude, that you are, it's the late night hours, it's the early mornings, it's the things that you can't stop thinking about. Do that. Where you're so thirsty for learning more and evolving more and growing more. See, that's the thing. But oftentimes, man, people give up on their dreams because they're waiting for someone to give them a tie. And if they say, "I can't get a tie," then they give up on their dreams. I'm telling you right now, dude, you don't need a tie. You don't. There are customers, you as a salesperson, there are customers who need your expertise and your knowledge, that have no idea if they're making a good decision or not. They have no idea how everything breaks down, and you don't need a tie to make a difference and an impact in their lives. Do you realize how your product or service changes people's lives? And too oftentimes, man, we do this so often that people, we get dumbed down to thinking that we don't make an impact. You do. Dude, there are companies who need your presence. There are inventions that are waiting to be invented by you. There are posts that are waiting. There are videos that are waiting for someone like you to speak into a microphone and to guide someone in the right direction. It ain't in a tie. It ain't in a microphone. It ain't in how many followers. It ain't in someone noticing you. It's not. It's just in your do. It's just in your do. And you don't need a tie. If you have a tie on, superficial. If you don't have a tie, you don't need it. You never did. There are teams that are waiting for you to be leading them. And it don't come from a tie. So go out there and do something. Go out there and change something today. And when you do, call me. I'll give you a tie back. Have an amazing day. Stay in the self-light.